Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. This video I'm going to be doing now is going to be about my prediction for the heavyweight contest between Otto Wallin and Dominic Breazeale that's taking place on the undercard of Adrian Broner's return fight this weekend. In my opinion, this is actually a very hard fight to pick, in my opinion. I know Otto Wallin is the favorite, with most fans and the bookies as well. But I don't think he should be as big a favorite as he is in this fight. I know he had a solid performance against Tyson Fury where he cut Fury bad, and the fight could have, possibly been stopped. Some people thought it should have been stopped due to how bad the cut was. But in my opinion, he got pretty badly outboxed in that fight. On the outside early, he was getting outboxed, and when Fury started fighting on the inside, I feel like Fury was out fighting him on the inside as well. So, in my opinion, Wallin is actually a bit overrated since that Fury fight took place. Obviously, before the Fury fight, he was underrated. Nobody really knew how good he was. Since the Fury fight, I think a lot of fans are overrating him and saying that he's possibly a top 10 and could be possibly a top 5 fighter in the division. In my opinion, that's a bit above his ceiling. In my opinion, I don't think his ceiling is that high. He does all the fundamentals and the basics pretty well, but there's really nothing special about him. He hasn't got that great of a hand speed or foot speed. He hasn't got great power. He's not a great inside fighter or a great fighter on the outside. He just does the basics well, and has good fundamentals. Now in this fight, I do view him as the better boxer in the ring, the more technical and the more skillful of the two guys. I would say even as the better boxing IQ out of him and Dominic Breazeale for sure. But Dominic Breazeale is a very tough, durable fighter that's been in with a lot of decent, solid opponents. Obviously, he had 2 big fights against against Joshua and Wilder. In both fights, he was destroyed. Deontay Wilder knocked him out viciously early in the fight, and Anthony Joshua beat him up and schooled him badly and stopped him. But aside from those 2 fights, he has some decent victories against, Izu Agonu when he was a prospect, fringe contender and dangerous opponent, Amir Mansour, who had good power. Now, he struggled in all these fights. He got put down in both those fights, but he showed his heart and his durability and showed that he has power. He also fought guys like Fred Cassie, who were journeyman, but, decent journeyman. He fought Eric Drummer Boy Molina. He fought Carlos Negron before he fought Wilder. Now, in all those fights, he was, the opponents had success. Some of the opponents put him down, and some of the opponents were able to outbox him. That's just going to happen in a Dominic Breazeale fight due to him being so slow and, clumsy and clunky in there. That's just how he is. He's like a zombie in there. It looks like his punches are coming in slow motion, but trust me, he has heavy hands. When he lands those punches, they have an effect on the opponent. Especially that right hand of his that has power. Now, like I say, he's extremely durable. He has a lot of heart, and I think he's going to make this into a tough fight as well. I think early Otto Wallin's going to, be boxing pretty well, using a bit of movement, using his jab a little bit, keeping the fight clean and more technical. That's the way Otto Wallin's going to want to keep the fight. Dominic Breazeale, he's going to be applying pressure, coming forwards, probably high guard defense, looking to land big bombs. He's going to be, he punches with bad intentions. He's going to be looking to land that huge straight right hand. And from what I've seen from Otto Wallin, he has solid defense and, like I say, a solid jab, nothing special. But like I say, his defense looks pretty good. His movement's okay, pretty decent as well. He doesn't move like a Tyson Fury or a Huey Fury. So I think at points in this fight, I do think Breazeale is going to be able to get a pressure and kind of pin Wallin down on the ropes due to him not being the fastest of fighters in the heavyweight division. So I do think Breazeale's going to be able to get pressure on him and make it into a hard, rough, tough fight. Breazeale has a big size advantage in this fight. I think Wallin's about 6'5", and I think Breazeale's about 6'8" or 6'7", and he's a very heavy guy. Now, he's not in great shape in terms of his physique. He's very sloppy and he looks like a slob when you look at his body, but he's a big, strong guy. And like I say, he's very durable, and he can make it into a very grueling physical fight. But Wallin seems to be able to handle his own on both the inside and the outside. So he should be able to maneuver his way through to a points victory, in my opinion. But like I say earlier, I think Wallin's going to be, he's going to be looking clean. He's going to be looking good in there. He's going to be boxing a little bit, picking his shots. But as the fight reaches the middle rounds, he starts to slow down a bit. I do think Breazeale's going to be able to get some effective pressure on him and have some success, landing big, clubbing, heavy shots. But like I say, Wallin, he looks to be pretty durable. He looks to have pretty good defense. I think Wallin should be able to make it the distance, probably win a competitive decision on points. I wouldn't be surprised if Breazeale puts Wallin down in this fight. He has got, pretty solid, heavy power. So I wouldn't be surprised if he puts Wallin down in this fight. Like I say, if somebody is to be knocked out in this fight, I would expect Wallin to be the one getting knocked out. I don't think Wallin has the power to knock out Dominic Breazeale, although I can't be sure about that, considering how badly Breazeale was just knocked out in his last fight. So I don't know how good his chin is anymore, but I'm guessing he's still a pretty durable fighter, and I don't think Wallin's going to be able to hurt Breazeale in this fight. Now, if he is going to be able to hurt Breazeale in this fight, I would actually most likely expect that he could hurt Breazeale to the body, because his body is so soft and flabby. So I would advise that he does work the body a bit in this fight. And he's going to be, like I say, boxing on the outside early in this fight. And once he starts to fatigue, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts doing a bit of work on the inside. I think he might or would be the better inside fighter of the two in this fight. Breazeale, he's not really good on the inside or the outside. He's easy to outbox on the outside, and on the inside he seems pretty vulnerable there too. He stands up very straight. His body's wide open. You can hit him with hooks up top. So Wallin should be able to handle his own anywhere the fight goes. But Breazeale, he makes it tough. He makes it rough. But in this fight, I'm expecting Wallin to win a competitive decision. I don't think it'll be easy. There may be some rough, tough patches in this fight with Breazeale, letting some bombs go. But I expect Wallin to come through and win a competitive decision on points. So that's my opinion on the fight, guys. Let me know what your guys' opinions are in the comments section. Who do you think is going to win this fight, guys? Let me know. Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you again soon. Cheers.